Well, thank you, everyone. It is so nice to be here with the ARG team and all their customers and partners and other suppliers. So it's a great ecosystem, and I'm just so pleased to be here today. I wanted to talk a little bit about kind of the three elements of the environment that we're in right now as the Comcast/Nitel Business organization. We have Comcast and all the great strengths of Comcast Business. We have our partner and trusted advisor program, who I want to talk a little bit about ARG and really the value proposition and why it's so strong, not only for our partners, but what they bring to their clients. And then talk a little bit about the strength that Nitel brought to the table for Comcast Business and how we're injecting that profile into the Comcast Business world. So to start out first about Comcast Business, I mean, I don't know how much explanation we need to say about Comcast Business, but it is a very extensive, high-quality network of access and services that traverses the U.S. in many markets, many of the main markets. And also they've extended into areas through aggregation that are not their primary markets. Comcast Business also has become a global service provider through their acquisition of Masergy. And that acquisition of Masergy brought about a really strong, hardened, facility-based strategy to be a service provider globally. And also, through the Masergy acquisition, Comcast was able to bring into their DNA a really strong, scaled managed service model and managed security model. So Comcast Business, we think of sometimes as the small business model, a really hardy business model, a growing segment, and they're dominant within that segment. Their fastest growing segment in Comcast Business today is the enterprise sector. The enterprise sector that requires you to be more than just the best service provider in the areas that you provide service on your own network, but to be a service provider that can provide service outside of that footprint through third-party acquisition of networks and by partnering with people who are best in class in that category. Best in class in that category being, as you guys all know, the prior Masergy was a very strong service provider in that aggregation category, and I think the leading aggregator in the marketplace has always been Nitel. So Comcast Business has really got a lot of scale, a lot of abilities for us to use the scale for investment and project a really strong vision forward for the enterprise business sector. With that all said, we think about our partner community. ARG is, I would say, unique in many ways as a partner. ARG provides the discipline and structure to think about the solutions they're providing customers with a level of depth and expertise. First time I came through ARG was years and years ago, and I came through and they kind of explained to me how they're structured and how they manage solutions for customers. And I watched as they explained a product-oriented style of expertise. They had a product group that handled security, a product group that handled voice, that handled connectivity, that handled cloud computing, and I'm sure now they've got one that handles AI. And when you think about in call center, and when you think about that, there are a lot of groups that just kind of sell stuff. Whatever the stuff is, they need to sell. And they go out, they talk to the client, and everybody's a generalist. And that's fine in a lot of cases, but the level of depth of knowledge that these product-specific models provide that ARG brings to the table is so much more extensive for the end users. That level of discipline and expertise that these product organizations and product leaders bring to the table. that ensures that when you bring a solution and you know you have certain criteria you need as a customer, that there's going to be experts within the ARG team that know the depth of capabilities, the pros and the cons and the pitfalls and the extra miles that these vendors will go to and how the technology performs. So with that, as a service provider, you really want to partner with ARG, but it's not just, hey, I want to partner with you and so it's all just going to work out. You have to prove yourself. And that's another thing that's important to the clients is ARG requires their carriers, their partners, their suppliers to perform at the highest level, not at an impossible level. They'll work through any complexities, any stumbles, anything like that. But you do have to deal with ARG with integrity, with tenacity, with can-do attitudes, and you have to deliver. And that's really important, I think, for their clients. But it keeps us as suppliers on our toes. I've modeled a lot of programs I've rolled out to standardized programs based on the requirements that ARG has given me and risen to the occasion and then made that part of our operating model. So I think it's really important to understand the role of our partners in the service provider world. The other thing that's really cool is Comcast is investing in the partner community right now. And one of the biggest areas that we want to continue to grow, and we think we have untapped potential, is in the partner community. More and more we find, even with the direct sales model, our partners are the people that the customers are counting on. A direct salesperson calls into a business and the business says, talk to my partner who handles all my communications or all of my network. And then the next thing you know, you're in the partner community because they are true partners with their customers. And you can't get into the customers sometimes without working with the partner. And we understand that, and we know that's an area to continue to invest. So now I'm going to shift over to Nitel. Nitel was a best-in-class national and global aggregator, providing a really great experience for large wide area networks and a whole level of management, including an AI ops management portal for our clients. Our strength was our channel and our go-to-market. Our strength was our fulfillment, our project management, and the customer service model we had. As well as the technology we developed, not only for go-to-market, but for customer management. Comcast acquired Nitel last year. And over the course of the last 12 months, we've operated, in some cases, we've done very deliberate integration of sales forces, of back office administrative functions. And we've started to do some of our customer account management integration now as well. We've been very deliberate in our integration efforts, and integrations are a tough thing. So we've been very deliberate to say, we don't want this to be integrate and assimilate, because that's not why we were purchased. This is a integrate and transform. And as you transform, I kind of say to the folks in leadership, it's difficult for you to take a company like Nitel, a smaller entity, and imprint their DNA on Comcast, because Comcast has very strong genes, and their DNA is easily imprinted on the other entity. But what we're doing is we're saying this was about evolving the business model. And so we've had to be very deliberate in the way that we integrate to ensure that we're imprinting the DNA of Nitel in a way that is most productive and most scalable for Comcast. So it's really cool. You'll see coming up this year continued investment in our partners, knowing our partners are going to be the vehicle for the best solution for our customers. You'll see that we'll be investing in our account management model and bringing a larger portfolio of products and services, as well as engineering talent to the table for our partners and for our customers. You'll also see that there will be software upgrades, aligning any fragmentation that is occurring within systems. A company like Comcast has a lot of different systems, and sometimes those dictate kind of an awkwardness in the way we operate. Our CTO from Nitel is building a whole abstraction layer to normalize the interactions from all these disparate systems, bringing forward for our partners and our customers a unified experience. And then you'll also see unification of our operating models. And the one nice thing is we actually are lifting in the Nitel organization operationally. We have some new operations leadership at Comcast I'm very excited about. And as we lift in those operating groups, we are starting to pull a higher volume of work into the normal Nitel processes, which are now becoming standardized within a broader segment of Comcast. So it's been really a busy and some days great days, inspiring days, sometimes maybe a frustrating day here or there, but we are making a lot of headway. We are front and center listening to our partners, listening to our customers. We've got great solutions, and the scale of Comcast is just amazing for a company like Nitel, who we've been all aggregation, so buying third-party services, and we've got the strength of the network and the economics of owning our own network, so we're really excited about that. There are a host of security and SD-WAN solutions and SASE solutions that are coming to bear, and we've got an extremely talented and large engineering team that I think we've got a little work to do to actually show the full range of capabilities within that product portfolio, and that will be one of the things we'll work on right away, straightforwardly from here. So the future looks really great. I am so excited about the future for ARG right now. I mean, you're on the advent of a new phase of growth. These phases of growth are really exciting, and looking forward to how we can use the scale of Comcast with the skills of Nitel to help ARG into this next phase. And so I think I'm early, but I appreciate all your time today, and I hope this is a wonderful day for you all.